Hey Team Busbey, I was at the beach yesterday, so I did not do a video for you. And this is not going to be a daily occurrence, so don't worry, you're not going to be having to see me or hear from me every single day. But I just thought it'd be easier if sometimes I show you some things rather than type everything out so that you can visually see what's going on. So today, I wanted to come and show you my Hostess packet. I used to use what I considered a disposable Hostess packet. Put everything in a envelope, gave it to my Hostess. It became ratty and scattered for my Hostess, but I felt like I was doing the best that I could. And when I went to a leadership retreat this past January, I was turned on to the fact of doing Hostess binders. Now I went out, I bought all the binders and everything like that and stuff, and found that the binders were a little too cumbersome for me. It was not something that I enjoyed, and I just felt like it was just, I just didn't like it. So after all that money spent on binders, I decided I would go for these. Look at these fun hot pink folders. I actually got mine at Target and probably spent like $1.20 for each of the folders. I did hear that Walmart has them right now for 50 cents, so if you want to go get those. So I thought I'd give you a little walkthrough of what my Hostess binder looks like, and I do collect this back at the night of her party and leave one catalog for her to make her selections. So this way I reuse everything. The other thing that I really liked about this was that every time a catalog changed over, I felt like I was always redoing supplies and stuff. Sorry, turn that off, Eden. I'm trying to turn off Aiden's game because it was distracting me. So I always felt like I was throwing away supplies, so I would order like a 25 pack of Hostess flyers, and then I wouldn't go through all of them, and then I just felt like I was being really wasteful with my products. So what I thought I would do is make up these binders, and then I'm reusing the same core materials for the next 5 months, and then that way I don't feel like I have to buy a whole bunch. It's lessening my supply cost, which is really great too. So let's take a look about what's inside the Hostess binder. So as you can see, it is a 3-ring prong, so I do put page protectors in here, and that's how I'm reusing everything. So in the front there is a my wish list, and I encourage my hostesses to fill that out and let me know what they're looking for so that I can help them to achieve their goals of what they want. So I put that in there, and the reason I put it in the front pocket is because I want to make it accessible so that they can take it out. So the other thing I have is this little Hostess packet thing, and it just gives them kind of my pertinent information, what my website is, and different stuff like that, and it tells them to return it. Again, that's something that I don't have to keep on redoing, and it's not reinventing the wheel. Every year I find one of these little tips and tricks things, and when I find the current one for the fall catalog, I will post it on the team page. But I usually like to go through this just to kind of show them what's going on with that. The next thing, what I did was I filled out a sample order form, and then that way they know how to fill out an order form if that comes across to them. The other thing I have is that Hostess flyer that I mentioned, so that I kind of go over and show them while I'm Hostess coaching them at the party a little bit about how they earn different stuff and where they get to see what they're getting. The next thing is, of course, whatever the monthly special is, and as you can see, this is one that I'm going to have to redo. Now, this is really the only page, other than the wish list, that I have to refill on a daily basis, or when they're all done. So you can see there that I have to do that, but that's literally once a month, which is really awesome. And then, of course, this wouldn't be complete without some sort of recruiting information, so you see the recruiting flyer in there. The next thing I do have is one of the pocket tabs. You can see here that it does have the little tab on the side, and there's a pocket on the front, and I do put some order forms in there. And then in the very back, you can see that I put 2 catalogs in there. So one actually is in the opposite side of the pocket tab, and the one is in the back pocket there in the folder. And then traditionally what I will do is, if my hostess is at the party, if she's attended the party, then I will tell her to take her catalog that she had that night. So that gives her a total of 3 catalogs to pass around. So I hope that that helps you in seeing what my Hostess binders look like. Again, remember, these are just suggestions. If you've got a system that works well for you, don't change it just because I showed you this. Don't go out and spend $30 or $40 on switching everything over if that's not something that you're comfortable with. These are merely ideas. We're trying to set you up for success so that fall is smooth and easy, and you can do tons and tons of parties and not feel like you're reinventing the wheel for everything. So have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.